Hi, I'm going to be reading you the original issue of my my friend Dahmer. I'm doing this because it's out of print now, and this is mainly for people who I guess wouldn't otherwise get a chance to experience this, either because of they can't find it, or because of the price, and also for people who are actually interested in uh, possibly interested in buying this. If they investing their time and their money into acquiring this. So this is just more for like, hey, I heard someone read it. It's really great. I'm going to pick it up. Yeah, for sure I'm going to pick it up. So that's the only reason why. Okay, I have a pocket camera, so I can't see what's in the frame and what isn't, so I'll just assume. Yeah, hopefully you could see it. Okay. Um, okay, I'll use my little skewer pointer here. Okay, let's start the story. Okay, young Jeffrey Dahmer. You went to school with Dahmer, the serial killer? What was he like? How many times have I been asked that question? Sma! Says Dahmer. Well, this is what he was like. I first met Dahmer in 7th grade, when the wretched contents of the district's 3 elementary schools were hurled together into the hormonal hell that is junior high. It's through here, Jeff. So they're off going fishing. I should turn the light more. Okay. He was a nobody, one of those painfully shy kids who became social invalids with the first blast of adolescence. Oh, when the first blast of adolescence hits. I don't recall that he spoke at all at Eastville Junior High, but when he got to high school... They're really fish in here? Sunfish, too small to eat. I just tossed them back. He changed. Bah! In 10th grade, he began mimicking the slurred speech and spastic movements of his mother's interior decorator, who had cerebral palsy. It sounds sick now, but we found this shtick hilarious. Jeff, are you all right? His classmate says, weird. Okay, he's thinking weird. This one says, man. Me and a few friends encouraged him to act up. He ate up the attention. It was the first time he was ever noticed in any way. We even formed a Dahmer fan club. I was, the president. I'm a decorator. Bah! Translation there, I'm a decorator. I suppose this behavior could be shrugged off as typical teenage stuff, but there was also the drinking. Every morning before class, this 15-year-old small-town kid would pound back an entire six-pack in the parking lot, virtually gulping down the cans one after another. A lot of kids got high, but this was different, darker. He was getting numb. Revere High School was comprised of kids from 2 small Ohio towns, Richfield and Bath. Richfield was Mayberry, the quintessential small town, but Bath had evolved in the 20 years since the founding of the joint school into a posh bedroom community of doctors, lawyers, and executives. Bath kids grew up in a world of manicured lawns, horse shows, and debutante balls. So on the school rock it says class of 76 kicks ass. And it says weed right there. Stephen King couldn't have put Dahmer in a stranger setting. As a kid, Dahmer was a constant victim of torture, a scrawny geek with black horn rims and a slight lisp. He was easy prey for the playground predators in junior high. Oh, in junior high, it only got worse. So what, right? Every school has kids who don't fit in, but Dahmer had a soul as black as night. If ever someone was possessed by evil, it was the shy, lonely adolescent, and the cumulative effect of relentless humiliation and ostracism drove him to the edge of the abyss. That's when he began his peculiar hobby of collecting roadkill he found while walking the quiet country roads. He took them home, dissected them, and dissolved them. in acid in order to study their bones, the first manifestation of his obsession with death and dismemberment, it says. Meanwhile at school, he lurched through the halls in a drunken stupor, driving off the few lower caste friends he had. Which brings us here to the summer of 1976, between our sophomore and junior years. Got one! This summer was the last period Dahmer was able to function as a normal person. Once school started, he would always be in character, pretending he was spastic. It was the only way he could relate to others, or he was drunk. So there's the sunfish, and there's his friend that tosses it back. The question is asked, if this behavior, if his behavior was so bizarre, if his drinking was so bad, why didn't you kids get him help? Well, it was the 70s, long before Just Say No and all that shit. Substance abuse, substance abuse, that phrase didn't even exist yet, was regarded as fun, not as a problem or an addiction. Besides, you could narc on a pal, it simply wasn't done. But mostly, I think we were just naive kids, too wrapped up in our own hormone-racked lives. And it's not as if Dahmer was the only fucked up kid at school. Can you believe that Cindy's Latka thing? His friend is saying to Dahmer. Yeah, I'm just pointing out things because I really don't know what the camera's picking up. Who'd have figured she'd kill herself? I hear she blew her head half off with her dad's .44 Magnum. And Dahmer says, I wonder who found her body. I don't know, what a waste. She was cute, nice tits. Bah! Dahmer says. They're really going for the bait today, his friend says. Oops, gee, sorry, Dahmer, hee hee, ha! By the time we got to high school, he just stopped responding to the casual torments of the arrogant pretty boys. He'd just sit there, staring blankly ahead with dead eyes. Eventually, the pretty boys gave up. Dahmer became invisible. He didn't exist. Jerks, that's what his friend is thinking. Imagine, no friends, no real connection to others, incapable of having a normal conversation. Hey, Backderf! Totally, utterly alone. Would that drive you mad? Did you hear what Zafka found in the woods over on Bath Road? No. Some sort of mutilated dog carcass. Head was stuck on a stake. All burned. Weird satanic thing, I guess. So, there we go. Bah! So, here's the pictures. Flop, flop. Chalk. Chunk. Swat. Chalk, chalk, chalk. And he's, just butchered the fish. What the hell? I told you to throw it back. What did you do that for? I just wanted to see what it looked like. Okay, part 2. Young Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer's command performance. March 1978. Cold and wet. Thick gray clouds blanketed the sky. Typical weather in Ohio from November until June. Weekends were the most numbing, but not this Saturday. The single most bizarre day of my life was about to unfold. This is it, there on the left, Kay. We got a book, man. The others are probably already there. Let them wait. It is we who have the star. No cars. Where are his folks? Got me. Ah, there's Dahmer. This is going to be great. Hello. Thwah. Hello. So that one's Dahmer. You have the money? Yep. You'll get it at the mall when the command performance begins. Jeff Dahmer, king of freaks at Revere High School. So dysfunctional he was, by our senior year, incapable of acting normal. He didn't have any friends. Hadn't for a couple years ever since he started wigging out. faking epileptic fits, pretending he had cerebral palsy. His only interaction with others was with us, a small group of band nerds and brains who found his bizarre behavior hilarious. Sorry, so in the first frame he's picking up a six-pack, and here he's opening one up. Psst. Even to us, he was mascot, not buddy. Dahmer was high entertainment, a strange break in the numbing tedium of small-town high school. Of course, none of us knew of his horrid secret life, of his unholy sexual obsession with corpses. Were any of us ever in danger? I don't think so, but who really knows? I'm sure the jogger who ran past Dahmer's house every day never thought he was in real peril. Little suspecting that Dahmer was watching him from the woods, that he was fantasizing about the jogger, about lying next to his unconscious body. And after weeks of secretly observing him, that Dahmer, for the first time, decided to act out his dreadful urges. The next day, Dahmer lay in wait for the jogger. But he didn't run by that day. Not feeling well? Too busy? Who knows? Maybe just a whim, one that possibly saved his life. I've had a few sleepless nights pondering this question. The only solace I have is that Dahmer, like virtually all serial killers, only stalked strangers, not people he knew. Huh? See Dahmer emerging? At least that's what I'd like to think. What the hell? That's what he's thinking there. Bah! Here's the teacher, and he's chuckling there, his friend. Hello? Hello? Or maybe I was just too stupid to sense the danger. Are you with us? At least I was always wary of the guy. As amusing as his antics were, even a sheltered small-town clod like me recognized the thick air of doom that clung to Dahmer. Glub, glub. And this guy's thinking, Jesus! Clank. He drops the can. If his strange behavior was an attempt to get attention, it ironically drove most of his peers away. The popular pretty boys and jocks didn't even bully him anymore. The few lower caste friends he once had avoided him. Undoubtedly, they knew more than we did. But they knew enough. It was a 10-minute drive to the mall. He polished off the six-pack well before we reached it, giving no sign that chugging a gallon of beer affected him at all. Oh, actually, I'm going to check